welcome back to Yulan's channel. Today we'll be talking about AP Psychology, and this is our last video of Unit 2, which is Biological Basis of Behavior. And after talking about all those subunits and we finished Unit 1, the scientific foundation of psychology, we're gonna begin our next unit in our next video, which will be about sensation and perception, such as like visual anatomy, visual perception, auditory sensation and perception, chemical senses, and body senses, and so much more. So yeah, keep an eye on these topics. So now let's begin this video. So just a quick review of what we covered in Unit 2. Since Unit 2 is about biological basis of behavior, we mentioned nurture versus nature debate, interaction of heredity and environment, the endocrine system such as various glands and such as hypothalamus control which glands, nervous system, neurofiring, influence of drugs on neurofiring, the brain, tools for examining brain structure and function, neurofluidity, neuroplasticity, mere exposure effect, priming effect, and so much more. So if you haven't watched my previous videos on these topics, please do so. So here are the key vocab for this subunit. Since we'll be talking about sleeping disorders, sleeping stages, and like sleep cycle, and also circadian rhythm. So there are a couple key vocabs that will come up on the AP Psychology exam. So we have circadian rhythm sleep, non-REM sleep, or NREM sleep, narcolepsy, night terrors, latent content REM sleep, hallucinations, suprachiasmatic nucleus (SCN), dream REM rebound, alpha waves, delta waves, insomnia, sleep apnea, and manifest content. Sleep and dreaming alter consciousness as a part of the spontaneous state of consciousness, and we mentioned spontaneous state of consciousness in our last video, so please check that out. So the circadian rhythm is our internal clock controlling our temperature and wakefulness in a 24-hour cycle. This rhythm let us know when we feel tired and sleepy. Our thinking is sharpest, with memory being the most accurate when we are at our peak in circadian arousal. You may not think so, but you're actually very familiar with your circadian rhythm. For example, jet lag is one of the most common examples demonstrating the importance of circadian rhythm. Because the different time zone, we feel thrown off and are usually tired because jet lag disrupts the circadian rhythm. The suprachiasmatic nucleus (SCN) in the hypothalamus controls the circadian rhythm. In response to light, it causes the pineal gland to adjust melatonin production. In the morning, melatonin levels decrease, and in the evening, melatonin levels increase to get you prepared for sleep. So why is sleep important, and why is it necessary? Evolutionary psychologists believe that sleeping became part of our behavior as a result of natural selection, because like how this works is like people who sleep most can be the most energetic during the day, which maybe better prepare them for like hunting and daily activities. So yeah, that's how like the evolution works. In regard to AP Psychology exam, sleep is the periodic natural laws of consciousness. The transition from a relaxed but awake state to sleep is marked by slower breathing and irregular brainwaves. Sleep serves various main functions. For example, it protects us, helps us restore and repair brain tissue, basically maintaining plasticity that we mentioned in our last video. Sleep also restores and reviews our memories of the day. It feeds creative thinking and promotes growth, which usually happens in the non-REM 3 stage. Without sleep, we are unable to concentrate and often feel drowsy. These are all theories as to why we need sleep. So sleep cycle can be broken down into different stages. To measure sleep activity, neurologists use electroencephalograms (EEG), which we also mentioned in our video on the tools for examining brain structure and function. Electrodes taped to the skull allow the EEG to produce an image of the electrical activity or waves in the brain. When awake and alert, the EEG shows beta waves, As you become more relaxed, alpha waves are shown. Eventually, you fall into like a dream-like state. We are semi-awake and feel relaxed, unable to respond to the environment or stimuli. This sleeping stage is called NREM1, or the hypnagogic state. Theta waves are shown, as you may experience images resembling hallucinations, which may be incorporated into memories. A major example of this is when you wake up and think you are falling. Did that ever happen to you? As sleep continues, you pass into non-REM2, where your EEG shows sleep spindles and K complexes. Sleep spindles are sudden bursts of rapid brain wave activity. In the EEG attached, the sudden burst shown is a sleep spindle. Oh, I forgot to mention, like sleep cycle can basically be broken down into non-REM sleep and REM sleep. And inside non-REM, you can be further divided into 1, 2, 3. Let's continue. NREM3, or deep sleep, follows NREM2. During the sleep stage, delta waves are emitted and growth hormones are released. Heart rate, respiration, and blood flow are reduced. The further into the night you get, the less deep sleep you have. Once you pass into REM sleep, vivid dreams occur. Brain waves become rapid or beta waves, heart rate and breathing increase, and eye movement are rapid, hence REM, rapid eye movement sleep. This is why it is called REM, rapid eye movement. Rapid eye movement is also commonly labeled as paradoxical sleep, where muscles are relaxed while other body systems are active. As a result, waking up during REM sleep can cause sleep paralysis since you're awake but have limp muscles. Yeah, it's like paralysis. REM sleep is one of the most important topics to know for this section. Dreams and nightmares, in addition to relaxed muscles, are concepts commonly asked about on the AP exam. The further into the night you get, the more REM sleep you have. Here's a table of the sleep stages summary, and this table is from Fiveable, so check the great website out if you're interested. And also the image on the right shows like the sleep stages and yeah, like the hours correlated. Every 90 minutes, we cycle through the 4 sleep stages: 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, REM, then restart. While sleep is important to us as humans, sometimes problems can arise in regard to our sleep cycles. Insomnia, the ability to fall or stay asleep, can have detrimental health effects. On the other hand, narcolepsy, sudden uncontrollable sleep attacks, can have harmful effects on our ability to function on a day-to-day basis. Sleep apnea is another disorder that impacts our quality of sleep. People with sleep apnea randomly stop breathing while they're asleep and are frequently awakened throughout the night, which is so terrible. Lastly, night terrors, which typically impact children, occur in NREM3 and thus differ from regular dreams and nightmares. This may be characterized by incoherent chatter or physical movement. I forgot to mention about like a common example or like a dangerous example of narcolepsy. So imagine you are driving on the road, highway, and suddenly narcolepsy happens. You couldn't help yourself but need to fall asleep, and then imagine how serious the accident could happen. So just yeah. If you have ever been sleep deprived, chances are you experienced the REM rebound. The night after being sleep deprived, you spend more time in the REM sleep stage. Sigmund Freud was interested in what dreams could tell us about in our inner thoughts and desires. He believed that dreams had 2 messages. First was the manifest content, which was the actual remembered storyline. The second is referred to as the latent content or the underlying meaning of the dream. For example, being chased by an animal in a dream may actually mean we're worried about the deadline creeping upon us, which is kinda ridiculous, I would say. Freud's theory as to why we dream is to satisfy our own wishes and deal with unconscious drives. Other theorists believe that we dream in order to file away memories, develop and preserve neural pathways, make sense of neurostatic, or reflect cognitive development. In reality, we're still learning a lot about both sleep and dreaming. I have one practice question here, a couple questions for you. So, first one, can repetitive mental tasks like meditation alter physical structure of the brain? Pause the video. Oh, by the way, this is from like our entire unit 2, so yeah, watch my previous videos if you haven't. Pause the video. Okay, so the answer is yes. Through neuroplasticity mechanisms such as synaptic strengthening or pruning, and this can actually alter physical structure of the brain. Okay, so here comes the end of our video. Thank you for listening, and please like and subscribe if you really enjoyed the content.